righty. Oh boy, in progress. Well, good morning, everyone. This is the February SNARS meeting for the membership. I'm glad to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. So we'll get right into it here. Do we have any recent new members on the meeting this morning?
Let me set it up where they can open their mic for a sec. So
Okay.
Let's see here. Hang on 1 second.
All right.
Let's see if we have any new members. Go ahead and open your mic and introduce yourself. Nothing at the moment. Any new members?
Okay. Well, they got lockjaw maybe, so.
Okay.
That's okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just jump right into the business side of things here. And we will share this right here. Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
Yeah, good.
All right. Okay. So take care of the money first. You can see what we got here, 8941 in operating. Savings account's got 7864 in it. PayPal is 1467. Our insurance fund is 137. Convention funds 4212. That comes to $37,084. And since we spent money on repeaters, we have 4 new repeaters that are going to be installed here at some point. That number doesn't look good, but it's understandable. Amazon didn't do us any good this month, but that's all right. Members is 39. Some PayPal was $8 for a total of 47. Bill, you got anything you want to add to that? You got any comments?
Well, only that, yeah, it looks like our month to date, year to date was down $10,000, which is the repeater fund. And as far as Amazon goes, they pay quarterly, usually about the second month. So we'll probably get something in February.
Later this month, yeah.
Other than that, questions, anybody? I mean, that drop in money, that's why we have savings accounts to help pay for that. The self-insurance, most of our stuff is not worth insuring because they're past their life, and we probably don't have a lot of danger from fires on those mountaintops, but we do have danger from lightning strikes. And I remember 3 or 4 years ago, REOC got 4 or 5 lightning strike hits, and it took out the entire 911 system. And they had to bring a fire truck up there to use for their 911 dispatch while they got their system repaired. So lightning is our big problem here. That's about it, though.
Okay, Bill, thanks. That's good intel right there. So membership wise, 469 as of up to 15 minutes ago, according to Tony. So should be pretty accurate. 267 ARRM members, and we got 1 new member in the month of November, or February, I should say. So welcome to that member, whether they be here or not. We got 43 examiners. So tip of the hat to those people who put their efforts into bringing up the new hams. Their efforts are greatly appreciated. So announcements, just so you know, we now have 4 new repeaters, 2 VHF and 2 UHF repeaters in our possession. Since Motorola no longer pre-programs these repeaters at the factory, they are awaiting programming from one of the guys over at Sierra Electronics. So we're waiting for the go-ahead to get that done. So club meetings in person. So still working on that. We are in talks with a site here locally here in town. And we're trying to work something out with them to get us back in person again. So there's some negotiating going back and forth. And so it's still very much up in the air, but it's the best lead we've had in a few months. So I am fully aware that many of us are chomping at the bit to have an in-person meeting, and we are doing our best to get that done. It's been difficult. Some of the facilities that say they want us to spend a lot of money, and we're not going to do that. We can't. Okay, we're a nonprofit, and we're not a big corporation that's going to come in and do a convention. So we're again, that's knocked out a number of venues that would be perfect for us. So, but there's a little bit of light in the tunnel on that subject. So there will be more information to come as it becomes available. So that's all I've got for announcements. Anybody got any comments about that?
Just real quickly, if anybody's wanting to help out with that, let us know. We've actually drafted a kind of like an RFP for, the basics of what we're looking for. So if you have any facilities that you think would be, a contender, contact one of the board members so we can get you that information. It's just basically the same type of stuff we did at Boomtown, just kind of documented that. So hopefully it helps with finding a, suitable facility.
Thanks, Tony. Tony, as Mr. Secretary, do you have anything for us today?
I don't think so. I think everything's good. Memberships, you already have that information. I don't think we have anything really earth-shattering coming up in terms of functionality or anything we need to do at this point in time. So I think I'm good for at least that part.
Okay, well, no news is good news, so we'll go with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. Barry, you got anything you need to say right now?
Yeah, I have one quick question for Tony. Tony, what's the status of the ARRL for, or maybe not the ARRL, but the letters that people are to send to about the Forest Service money thing? You want to talk about that at all? Because I know a mini static went out.
Yeah, so right now, like with everything, the ARRL is looking into it to see if there's anything that that can be done. A lot of this is just basically the farm bill that was passed back in, I think, 2018 that is now requiring agencies to, run not at a profit, but at recouping the fees that it takes to manage programs. And USDA is the next one on the block that's actually doing that. Probably everybody's familiar with the FCC increasing the license fees for the same exact reason. They're trying to recoup those costs, so that way it's not a lossy agency, meaning it's running always in the negative per se. Even though taxpayers as a whole we pay for those services, but they've kind of changed some of the rules around that, so to speak, with a couple of the past bills that have passed out of Congress. So right now, I mean, if you guys are more than welcome to submit comments. ARRL has submitted their comment or will be shortly, just outlining, its take, as members, of a club and or any other clubs that you might belong to. You might submit something that, kind of explains, why we feel that, ham radio organizations or ham radios operators in general should have, continual exemption, even though this is a new fee. This is on top of what we pay. So just to kind of, summarize real quickly, USDA is now, looking at a possible yearly fee recouping costs of about $1,400 per site. So what that means for SNARS is we currently pay roughly $120, $30 a year for what's called a site lease fee. And we're exempted from a lot of the fees that are related to that. We're kind of thrown into a tier for, nonprofit, ham radio organizations. So in addition to that fee that we pay every year, which right now there's one site that affects us, the other ones might come along eventually because they're on BLM sites. The fee will go up to $1,400 a year. So, it's a pretty hefty little lift. If the BLM follows suit and does the exact same thing, which, they will, that additional fee is going to be, tacked onto us as well too. So, right now we have what's called Lower Peavine. We have the Mount Davison site, and then I think Tulane in theory could hit us, even though we don't have equipment on our right of way. We moved all our equipment into Dave Metz's building and right of way. So those can affect us. I don't think Winnemucca would, because that's the state, but they can come around and, tag us with that one. They actually have the right of way for that one. So anyways, I would definitely just talk about, the benefits of amateur radio and why we, have sites on top of these mountaintops, especially out west here, to, support, all the various different things, not just emergency communication. They hear that over and over again, but, what do we do, on a regular basis, on a daily basis? Obviously some of our sites can be used for experimental, doing some of these mesh networks, can be used for, the repeaters that we have to provide coverage for, all the different various events that we have in the Northern Nevada, Reno Tahoe area on a continual basis. Plus, we support any issues that might come up with served agencies like 911 systems, things like that. So that fee that's being, assessed to us could impact those services that we provide free to the community. So, what's the value of that we provide back? Does that negate that fee that they want to charge us? So, even though a lot of times we, submit things saying we're here for emergency purposes, we have a lot more that we do. So, if you want to do, write something about that, more than welcome to kind of, express some of those things, and some things that I might not even thought of, or any of us have thought of, that, potentially could be used for, some of these sites that we currently, reside at, or we might, gain access to someday down the road. So it's definitely a big matter, especially for smaller organizations. For SNARS, it'd be a rough, we could eat it, but it's can definitely be rough. So we'll have to look at other options to help, eventually fund those sites, maybe, if that fee does come down as high as it is. But anyways, that's kind of the gist of that, or the overview. AWR, like I said, looking to it. They have a lawyer that's kind of looking to it to see if there's any precedents from, how they're dealing with things today. Can that follow, forward with, us as well, and a couple other angles. So, just kind of stay tuned with that. And for those that know or don't know, I guess, I was appointed the vice director for the Pacific Division. So I was back east a couple of weeks ago for the annual board meeting, and that was discussed. So it's definitely on AWL's radar. There's only so much that they can do, but they have great relationships with a lot of different agencies, especially with the FCC, of course, along with, we do have some lobbying, companies that we, work with that are part of the AWR that help us, kind of navigate the waters and, work with key people up in Washington. So they're doing what they can do for the most part, and hopefully, something will come out of that. But hopefully that answers that question.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Tom, KJ7TKR asked the question, where is the info? It was sent out in a Crackle in a mini static a while ago. I'll forward it to you, Tom. And if anybody needs it, just email snars@snars.org and we can get it to you. You'll find the generic information on the ARRL website, but we can send it to you. Does somebody have a question? I know we're going to go to Wes here in a second.
It was also in the newsletter.
Oh, good. The current newsletter, the February newsletter?
Yes, it was in the current newsletter.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Hey, Wes, do you want to talk for a moment about the upcoming success we have at Cabela's for the SWAT meet, and then we'll keep going and we'll get our presenter on today?
Okie dokie. Yeah, well, as you probably, well, I'm not sure if you all know, but we have a ham swap coming up May 21st. And we have a spot to go to. It'd be at Cabela's. They're great people. They really take care of us, really, as they love us there when we do things there. But it coming May 21st, you'll get a notification that it's coming, and you'll have an opportunity to sign up for a spot so you can sell your precious cargo to somebody who might be interested. And I hope to see you all there. That's about it. But we're going to have another one after that too. Looks like we're going to do something in October as well. So that's always good. Hopefully in the beginning, while we're still in the summer mode. So anyway, yeah, I hope you all attend. And when it comes down to it, start gathering up your stuff, the stuff you want to sell, and hope to see you there. We do have different time now, right now. So it's for people who are sellers, be there by 7 o'clock and set up. 8 o'clock to the public interest. So hope to see you there. Thank you, Barry.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Wes. We're going to be having some some raffles and other cool stuff. So thanks to Cabela's for for donating the space. Let's see here. So Tony has renohamswap.com is a link on the chat, so you can always go there. So very good. One comment, and back to John. Not this coming week, but the following week is the ARRL School Club Roundup. So we're going to get it up on the webpage and invite people to do whatever they can with schools and clubs, and maybe speak to them on the air. That's all I have. John, back to you.
I got to say something.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to bring up to the people that our membership that if you go to our website, so we do have a specific invite to Tom Tormina. So the Comstock Memorial contest station. We have a unique invite for specific workshops, and it'd be one a month. If you haven't been to our website, click on that banner and you'll see. Thank you, Howie, by the way, for putting that up there, for putting it in there. For as all the information you did to change it up, make it easier to read and all that kind of stuff. Appreciate it. And you'll see when you click on the banner, it takes you to another website. The registration button is there. It takes you there to a form which you fill out, and once the class fills up, you'll get notified that you have been selected, and anything else would be on a wait list down the road. If the banner goes away, we do have another button. You go to classes and exams on our website on the menu system on the SNARS website. Click on that. Down at the bottom, that's where you'll find the button that takes you to that website. Then from there, you go to hit the registration button, and everything gets logged in. If you have never been up there, I highly recommend you at least go there on one of these workshops, which are one a month on a Saturday at 10 a.m. Those the next one will be, well, it's to be announced. We have the dates, but we're going to be putting them on after we get this one out of the way, which is February 19th. And I hope you people out there take advantage of this. It's rather unique if you've never been to a contest station, and trust me, this is a contest station. And Tom Termina is going to be talking to you. And of course, like I said, this is not a Zoom situation. It's hands-on. So you got to go up there. It's not hard to find. You just follow the antennas and you'll get there. And that's pretty much it. I hope you take advantage of it.
Thanks. I just put the link into the webpage. They're only taking 8 people on a workshop, so register and then we'll get you confirmed. Okay, thanks so much, Wes. Now we'll go back to John. Anything else, John?
Nope, you guys covered everything, so very good. I don't have anything extra.
Okay, let's just see if there's any comments from for a few minutes from anybody in the SNARS that has any questions. If you do, just open your mic and give your call sign. We'll acknowledge you. Got any questions or comments before we go on?
AF6 Mike November.
Hey there, go ahead, David, F6MN, go ahead.
I just wanted to comment that when we finally do get a place to start gathering in person, it would, I think for two reasons, it would be good to have, nevertheless, have Zoom as an option for people.
Yep. We're planning on it. We're planning
Okay.
on doing it co-located, yep.
Okay, then I won't go into it anymore. Thanks.
So we're gonna hybrid it, and that takes care of about 3 or 4 things. People that don't want to go, can't go, not in the area, and the last is we record it. So we'll hybrid it. It's a plan. Good. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. Do you want to a quick question for you? Is your class going on? Do you want to mention that, or is that already done or passed?
Well, it is going on. We're kind of in the middle of it now.
Okay.
It'll run through the first or second weekend in April. That's the EC 01 class. And we once again have drawn a bunch of participants who are, all of them have lots of, or most of them have lots of experience to bring to the class. So it's really a fun thing to find out what people have done and are doing. And it's really good for the newbies to who are some of them just recently licensed, who are interested in emergency communications. They're getting a good start on how this all works. So yeah, it's going well.
Okay. Thanks so much, David. Anybody else have a comment before we get to our presentation coming out? Just give your unmute and give your call sign.
Kilo Juliet 7, Golf Echo Zulu.
Hey there. Looks like you're in the warm lands of Hawaii. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, just would like to have an update on the status of our connection out of Smith Valley to the SNARS network. I really miss the noon net and all the other fine nets that are on the SNARS network, and just want to know what we can do.
So I believe that's coming into Mount Rose, which is covered in snow still. There's still many feet of snow up there. So there potentially could be an opportunity to get a snowcat up there, or maybe some other means of conveyance from the air to get in there. But right now, it's not looking too good right now. It's on our list of things to get fixed, but quite honestly, the amount of snow up there is holding us back right now. We'd have to dig out the door to the building to get in there right now. So we'll get to it as soon as possible to feasible to get in the building. And so that's the basic story, Jerry.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. And the second thing would be, I am going to head up the ham radio portion of the re-ride for the Pony Express this year. So anybody interested in helping out, please give me a holler.
Very good. How do we get a hold of you, Jerry?
KJ7 Golf Echo Zulu @gmail.com.
Hey,
Okay, very good.
Jerry, also send me something for the newsletter on that, please.
Will do, Howie. Will do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. One more call for any comments, and then we're going to get our presenters going here. Anybody else for any last things? Okay, do you want to go to the next slide there, John?
That one there?
Yeah, so we're going to be going, I'll introduce Chuck and his special guest in just a minute on a separate recording, but that's what we're going to have about RF cable principles, and we'll go to the last slide or two, and then we'll close this section out.
Okay.
Got another slide there?
Yeah, it's right there. So
There you go.
So that's our local store here in town. Ham and Hi-Fi deals in used ham radio and hi-fi equipment. There's got new stuff coming in all the time there, and so it's worth checking out. So they do have an eBay store as well. You can jump on that too. So sadly, I work about 4 doors from that, so it's tempting. Every day you go in there and see what's on the shelf.
Okay, very good. And do you have one more slide there?
Just for you to scratch your back a little bit there, Barry.
Oh, thank you. I will take it. Thanks so much. Happy to help any time. We also have Doug K or W7DB that helps out too, so appreciate it. I'm going to make one comment before we end this section. Thanks, John. And that is, if the way we get the get is not the right word. Invite the speakers is somebody comes to me and says, "Well, here's an idea for something," or they tell me of somebody, or in the case of John, I think I asked him, "Hey, who do you know?" And he says, "I know Chuck." So if you have ideas for speakers or topics or something, just shoot me an email, k60tango@arrl.net, and that's how we find cool stuff. So with that, I'm going to let's see. DX Engineering is just down the road. Yes, they are. They're also in. Thanks, Peter. He put a comment there in the Reno area, Sparks. Okay, with that, we're going to stop this part of the recording, and we'll start another one. This completes the February 2022 SNARS business meeting, and we'll stop the recording.